QMSP 5.4-001 Design and Development, a Dell Corporation Quality Management System training presentation. QMSP 5.4-001 is the Quality Management System procedure for the control of design and development activities to include the following: planning, inputs, outputs, review, verification and final review, validation and approval, and control of changes. The organization makes provision for design and development planning activities through the use of the following controls. Design concept. Design planning or concept activities begin during the sales or quote process prior to order acceptance. The development of conceptual design elements serve as inputs for initial design development activities. Design development. Design and development activities responsible for developing inputs used in the product realization process. Project kickoff. Further design and development planning is accomplished in project kickoff meetings. Preliminary product requirements are determined and design elements developed. Planning design action items are included with product realization action items and documented on QMF 5.7.1-001 Project Kickoff Meeting. Design meetings. Interactive process involving the design concept and design development sections used to serve as a clear transition from concept-related activities to design and development activities in support of product realization. Design elements not fully determined during initial design activities may be further developed in production meetings as inputs are evaluated for adequacy. Design review. A final design review is accomplished to ensure design and development outputs are capable of meeting customer requirements and/or applicable product or industry standards. Inputs. Design and development inputs shall be identified and reviewed for adequacy, completeness, and lack of conflict. These inputs will include the following as they apply to the product being designed. Customer specified requirements, captured either through customer supplied documentation, direct customer input, and/or historical designs. Methodology. Methodology, assumptions, and formulae documentation, such as pump sizing calculations and any methodology used to calculate raw material requirements for use in product realization. Performance data. Performance data, analysis, and other information gained from previous or similar designs, historical performance characteristic and/or data from previous designs, and lessons learned. Legal requirements. Information gained from any legal requirements stated by the customer or requirements known by the organization not specified by the customer. Results from risk assessments. Input from risk assessments accomplished with regards to risk associated with product delivery and quality. Design may be influenced by identified risk and guided by mitigation activities. Outputs of design and development shall be documented to provide for verification against the input requirements. Outputs for the organization's design and development activities include, but may not be limited to, bills of material, sizing calculations, drawings, work instructions, product validation testing, risk assessments, or technical specifications. The organization must ensure that design outputs meet the input requirements for design and development, provide appropriate information for purchasing, production, servicing, and other associated product realization support activities, identify or reference design acceptance criteria, identify or make reference to products and/or components deemed to be critical to the design of products, include results of applicable calculations, and specify the characteristics of the product that are essential for its safe and proper use. Design and development review. Reviews shall be accomplished at appropriate stages to ensure design and development outputs provide adequate input for product realization activities and to identify potential problems and propose necessary actions. Such reviews may include, but are not limited to, the following: drawing review and approval, review of the technical specification, review of bills of material, reviews of the risk assessments to include mitigation activities as required, sizing calculation review and approval, review and approval of product validation documentation. Personnel involved in design reviews shall include representatives of departments or functions impacted with the design and development stages being reviewed. Design and development reviews shall include input from the customer, sales, project planning, production, and engineering as required. The design and development verification and final review shall be accomplished prior to project release to product realization. This review is intended to ensure design and development outputs are capable of meeting product or customer requirements, as well as to confirm that the design and development outputs are adequate for the product realization process. The design department shall determine, as appropriate to the type of product under design, any additional design verification controls required. A final design verification review meeting shall be accomplished and include, as applicable, representatives from upper management involved in product design, sales, design, quality, and engineering as appropriate. Final design approval shall be accomplished and documented on QMF 5.4.5-001. The design manager or appointed representative shall be responsible for the approval of product design. Release to product realization shall not be done until the design and development verification and final review is complete and approved by the design manager or appointed representative. Validation and approval. A design and development validation and approval review shall be accomplished by the organization to validate design and development activities after the product realization process. This review is intended to ensure that manufactured product has met all validation requirements and is approved for continued manufacture. Final design validation and approval shall be accomplished and documented on QMF 5.4.6-001. The design manager or appointed representative shall be responsible for the approval of product design. Final acceptance testing, 5.7.7 series testing documents, shall be used as validation and approval of product design. Product shall not be released or delivered prior to successful final acceptance testing. Personnel not directly related to design or production of product shall conduct final acceptance or design validation testing. Design and development changes. Identified design and development changes shall be assigned, processed, and maintained in one or more of the following ways. The Engineering Change Request module of the Dell Corporation intranet, the Business Overview Board, or the Engineering Change Management System in the drafting program. Design documentation requiring change shall be revision controlled and maintained as record. The review of design and development changes will include an evaluation of the effect of the changes on constituent parts and delivered product. Records of design and development changes shall be maintained. Let's sum up what we've learned. QMSP 5.4-001 is the Documented Quality Management System procedure that makes provision for design and development activities. The same controls used by the organization shall be imposed on outsourced design and development activities, and the organization shall plan design and development activities. Design concept supports the sales or quote process and provides inputs for design development. Design development is responsible for the creation of product realization inputs. The design meeting is an interactive process and serves as the transition from design concept to design development. Design inputs include, or shall consider, as appropriate to the product being designed, customer input, methodology, assumptions, and formulae, performance data, legal requirements, and results of risk assessments. Design outputs include, as appropriate to the product being designed, bills of material, sizing calculations, drawings, work instructions, product validation testing, risk assessments, technical specifications. Design and development outputs shall meet input requirements, shall provide appropriate information for purchasing, product, servicing, and other associated product realization support activities, identify or reference acceptance criteria, identify critical components, and specify the product characteristics essential for safe and proper use. Reviews shall be accomplished at appropriate stages to ensure outputs provide adequate product realization inputs. A final design review shall be accomplished prior to release for product realization activities. And upon completion of product realization activities, a design and development validation and approval review shall be accomplished to ensure the manufactured product meets design requirements. The organization shall control and manage changes for all design and development activities, and records of all design activities shall be maintained. Should you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this or any other Dell Corporation Quality Management System presentation, please stop by or contact me directly at danny@delltank.com. As always, thank you for your participation in the Quality Management System.